Hello everyone. I hope traders and investors alike were green today. Another awesome day in the markets. We had some really nice price action. We did pull back at open pretty much as was expecting. And as expecting, the market, we know the market is trying to go down. We know the market, there's a lot of dip buyers keep coming in every day that want to continue to push the market up. So today we had quite a few head and shoulders patterns on, our 1 and 5 setup and give us some really, really good trades. We'll talk about those when we get to the 15-minute charts as we're going through the intraday charts. You can see the SPX here. We are holding on the weekly time frame for support. The same with the SPY. We'll look at that chart as well. Breath did move lower today. This is the SPX equal weight chart, and you can see we are bear flagging down here under our 9. Kind of trying to break, looking for a break below these candles before looking for a move down. You can see a higher time frame head and shoulders pattern being put in here. This is exactly like the one we traded today on the 5. This market's just taking a little longer to confirm. So here on the equal weight chart, this does not mean, that obviously it's not a pattern yet. So it does not mean that it's going to trigger, but you can see your neckline here. It still has to confirm. But you can clearly see your neckline there on the equal weight chart. And it's not a huge head and shoulders, but you can see your shoulder, head, shoulder right there. I'm not going to draw the shoulders out. But if we can confirm below that level, we're looking for a move down. And like I say, that's the SPX equal weight. The dollar looks really good here. Not that we want the dollar to push up, but you can see we're breaking this trend, looking for a move higher. You can draw a trend line across that right there, straight across. Want to clear this candle, get up out of that area, and probably see the dollar start moving. VIX back into the Bollinger Bands, back to the daily 9. May see a push off that daily 9. We've seen quite a bit of flow coming on the VIX today. Crude breaking out of this cup. Nice confirmation out of that cup today. Nice push there. Apple is moving lower. Apple intraday, pretty choppy today. We're going to look more at the SPY chart there in the intraday charts. Gold breaking lower here. Gold seeing some weakness. Market's moving lower. Gold's also moving lower. SPX, you can see this is our advanced decline lines all turning down, moving lower. AMC back to the 9. This, the moving averages don't look bad there. It's just that's some ugly looking price action back above that 200. Maybe worth keeping an eye on. Just not getting a lot of volume there right now. AMD intraday chart, pretty smooth action. Nice move down. You can clear action here, break below these candles right here for a sharp move lower. A little hammer candle down here. I know it's not textbook. It's got a wick on top, but you can see the bullishness in that. Pushing back up, giving you a evening starish pattern there, and then or morning starish pattern here, and then moving higher before reversing into the end of the day. That was a strong push today. There was a lot of opportunities in that push. Amazon flagging back into the 9. ARK breaking lower here, pushing into previous support. AMD, great box here. So draw this trading range is you're trading in a really nice range. Kind of looks like a small H sell pattern there. But if we break out of this box, that's when I'm looking to trade it. I'm not looking to really to trade. There's some intraday moves, but if you're not trading the intraday moves, I'm not looking to take that on until it breaks out of that box. AMD weekly chart back below the weekly 9. Watch your weekly 20 there for support. Amazon, not a lot going on there. You can see the weekly chart, so we are down on the week. Apple weekly chart, seeing a follow through off of last week's bearish engulfing candle. A little bit of punishment going on there for their earnings. Boeing still looks great. You can draw a trend line right across this area and look for a push. Like the way the moving averages look here. Got the goose head on the MACD. See if Boeing's got some more in the gas tank before pulling back. Worth keeping an eye on. BTU pushing higher. Nice move there. Also moving on volume. Beyond Meat, fake meat, just, I don't know what else to call it. Breaking to the downside, you can see your lower high. This was a 1, 2, 3 reversal setup and then had a breakaway gap to the downside. Watch it. that Bollinger Band, that 1 minute Bollinger Band, and all your time frame, your Bollinger Bands. I'm glad to see this. We are extended outside of the Bollinger Band. That Bollinger Band will act as a support / resistance level, in this case resistance, but your Bollinger Bands on all time frames will act as support / resistance levels when you get outside of them, or just coming into the bands. But if you get outside, I actually take scalps off my intraday Bollinger Bands. Bitcoin trying to get back above that weekly 9. Did have that little push yesterday, trying to give it back today. Not much to talk about there yet. Communication sector right back down to the 20. Every time I get to that 20, it bounces. This time it's feeling a little different. XLP, the consumer staple sector, looking rough there. If we can break below this bearish engulfing candle, looking for a move lower. Costco, I like the moving averages here. Watch Costco's for a move higher. We are back above the 9. Costco's is definitely on watch here for a move higher. You can see your goose head. We talk about this all the time. You see the perfect goose head here. Just add your eyeball. This is the exact same price action we've been trading on the 1 and getting breakouts through this action. You can draw a trend line right down through there and let that, looks like it probably, this candle may have already closed above it, should have, above that 9. Looking for this 9 to come down, touch that 20 and turn up and push price higher. Costco's needs to be on the radar right now, especially with this market acting like it's acting. DraftKings breaking down. Just a reminder, that one had a great earnings. We've been watching that one for a while. DDOG had this triple top area up here, broke out, come back in, it gapped back up and then broke back out of that box and had that breakaway gap. Nice move down there. Lilly, this was an impressive move. I mean, congratulations for anybody who may be watching this video. If you were holding calls, I'm not that guy who likes to get in, or even, I just don't like to get in and sit into a position, especially with options. I want to trade the actual moves. But if you were holding through that earnings, congratulations for that win that you just took. Big win there. Ford still moving lower. Now you can see some of these days, you can see these green days where we have, gapped down. In this case, we gap way down, and, Ford's been trying to push back up. So that's definitely not been the easiest pattern to trade. When your days are gapping down and then ranging back higher in a bearish pattern, can make them pretty difficult to trade. And it's just, those dip buyers keep coming into the market. That's the exact same problems we're having with the market right now. It's why we recommended not to just go short, but to stay tactical on the way down, because of, anybody who's just sitting short in the market at the end of the day today was feeling a little bit of pain. Well, we pulled back at the very end, but there was a point in the day where it probably got a little painful on that push up. So Google right now is just a lower high. See what this is going to do, if it can roll over and move down. I like the MACD still, possibly can still open back up. Moving averages don't look that bad. Keep an eye on it. You got a gap down there. If we get in that gap, we're looking for a move lower. Home Depot holding in at that resistance level. Still got to clear that resistance. IWM, you can see the sharp move down here today, and then the recovery. You can see the tower bottoms, not tower, tweezer bottoms down here. You got a candle pattern. There's 2 candles right there. That's it's close enough for me. Tweezer bottom, nice reversal, nice push up. You can see it going through your 20 there. Took a stop, needed a break, had a nice move coming through there, needed a break, consolidated, traded sideways for another breakout, and then it did pull back into the end of the day. The Qs, you can see the Qs here starting to roll over. That 50-day, we closed on top. The 50-day, we need to clear that. Just an example when we talk about the goose heads. So this was one example of the goose head right here, and we were able to push up considerably higher off of that. Even though the MACD was cooling there, we still were able to get a nice move higher. But you can definitely see the trend change. You got the lower high here, breaking down, putting in a new low, low, new low, high, new high. So this is a confirmed downtrend right now. And that can change tomorrow, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the market's going to an all-new low, but we definitely need to pull back. And the dip buyers are making it very difficult for the market to pull back. But it's giving us great trades in our trading room, so we're loving this action. QQQ. You can see the fairly tight action, big range day on Friday, a decent day down on Friday, and a nice recovery. Same thing today. You can see the big pullback and nice recovery, and then another bearish trade at the end of the day. That's great action, providing multiple opportunities there. That is a great day of trading. QQQ breaking below that that daily or weekly 9, getting ready to lose that weekly MACD there. We've talked about needing to possibly put in a cup on the monthly QQ charts. Let's go back to JP Morgan. There was a time at banks today seemed pretty strong, but you can see they did close down at the end of the day. And that's one of the things that we use as an indicator. As that head and shoulders pattern was forming, our last bigger large head and shoulders pattern was forming. You know, we had news come in, or not news, we've seen the banks pulling back, we've seen some of the other sectors pulling back, and we're expecting the market to pull in using sectors as a leading indicator. And that's what we do. We find leading indicators that, you know, to give us a direction in the market that the market may possibly be getting ready to move to, and then we take advantage of those moves, and that's how we make money in the markets. Got Mara. Mara is still in this downtrend there. Need to clear that downtrend. Merck's still holding that support level, that upward sloping head and shoulders pattern. Meta is losing the 20 there. 9's trying to roll over. That gap has now been filled. Seen that get filled today. Let's go back. Got a little froggy there. So you can see Meta here intraday. You can, just like the rest of the charts, big move down, big recovery, and then another bearish opportunity right at the end of the day. MU lower high. That's a 1, 2, 3 reversal right there, breaking to the low side. Microsoft. You can see this downtrend on Microsoft. You can draw that. Need to clear that daily 9 for a move back higher, or looking for a play off of the 9 for a move lower. MACD is bearish there. It does look like there is more downside on Microsoft. Looking at by that daily chart. So you can see the intraday, sharp move down, sharp move up, and then bearish opportunity right there at the end of the day. I think it's a great day of trading. I love those ranges. You know, I'm trading those intraday moves, and there was a lot of opportunities today. Microsoft, you can see Microsoft rolling over. That's on Microsoft Weekly. Here's NVIDIA. We broke out of that channel, come right back up, tested your short-term moving averages, your 9 and your 20, and rolling right over. That is a textbook breakout of that channel to the downside. NVIDIA sold pretty hard, even coming in here and after hours selling, but you can see the pushback up there, and it is a little after 6:30 right now. NVIDIA Weekly losing that weekly 9. NASDAQ, you can see NASDAQ falling apart. You can kind of see, well, this is definitely like, you can definitely see the lower high here breaking down. So this was a 1, 2, 3 reversal. You know, lower, you put in a lower high, you expect to put in a lower low, and that's exactly what happened there. The signs of breaking down. You also short on support, so we could make a decent pull if the market wants to do it. Netflix. So you can see this really tight contraction pattern right here. See this candle right here. All these candles are trading within that candle range. We did close below the 50. So it's what you want to do here with a situation like this is, it's called a contraction pattern. So you just want to draw your box like that. And let's do that. We can shrink that box up some too. So that's what you want to do on Netflix to look for a trade. Draw out the range of that candle, and when you can break that range, that's when you look for a trade there. But as long as it's in that box, you're not interested. Now, contraction, expansion, trend. The expansion phase out of a contraction zone can be a wild ride, so be careful. Your conservative trader waits for it to start trending after the contraction phase. So here's cues on the monthly. And we talked about how there's a good chance we can see a few candles pulling back, trying to give us a handle there on our nice cup. A ribbon breaking to the low side. Large, strong candle, down candle there today. Big down candle. Definitely losing a lot of cash there. They got to get production ramped up. Roku, large down candle here. You know, in between that 9 and 20, I got to clear that area. Not crazy about that candle. SPX, you can kind of see little head and shoulders action up there as well. We can see it on the equal weight a little better. Looks like there's some downside. SLB finally got that breakout we were looking for. Yesterday's candle closed over and confirmed over our level, and then a nice push up. Anybody who caught that trade, congratulations. I've seen a few people post about it today. Congratulations. SoFi, watch your 50, daily 50 there. The diamond The diamond, yeah, I like the moving averages here, but we did close below that 9. Looking a little weak. The rest of the market wants to pull in. We're well off the 9 here on the diamond. So we got plenty of room to pull in if it wants to, where the SPY, as you can see, is right back to the weekly 9. So we're sitting on support there. And we could also see this hammer candle or a handle being put in here on the monthly chart on the SPY. We've been talking about that. And here's your SPY daily. Not as head and shoulders as that equal weight chart, but you can kind of start to see, especially if that line wasn't in there, you can kind of see it. You can see the bearishness there. So if you're drawing a trend line through here, look for a break of that trend line to the downside. The daily 9 and 20s rolling over. We got the intraday. You can see this really nice move here. So if you look on your 5-minute chart, you'll see a rough little head and shoulders pattern down here. This is actually a descending triangle. So we come down, we opened up, moved lower, put in a base. Great move here. Your 5-minute 200 running right through here. Put in a really nice base, and that pattern was actually called a descending triangle. Bearish pattern, broke out of that to the downside. On your 5-minute chart, you can see a upward sloping inverted head and shoulders here for a nice push back up. Then we put a head and shoulders pattern in on the 1 to form a larger head and shoulders pattern on the 5 to break out to the downside to get another head and shoulders pattern for the last break to the last leg down. Just an awesome day. I know that was a lot to talk about. A very awesome day. The very predictable moves. Square up trying to move lower, and I do mean that the market's very predictable. It's taking a considerable amount of time to set up, but the setups are clear, and the breakouts today were very nice. Shop moving lower. Tesla intraday, let's go back and look at that chart. Tesla intraday, you can see a lower low here, and after hours trying to move lower. It's off the lows. My battery's dying on my mouse here. Need to get it plugged in. XLK breaking to the low side. Cleared that 50, moving lower. We know next week. Tesla rounding on the weekly chart. Clear rounded top. Kind of head and shoulders there. Very small on the weekly. The daily, just rough, trying to roll over there. Uber holding this daily 50. Walmart trying to push higher. You can see your 9 and 20 right there. Great looking chart. We broke out that real tight flag. Has been trading higher. It did pull back in at the end of the day today. XLF. I don't like being under this 9 and 20. I like the way the 9 and 20 is, but breaking under it, not crazy about that. Looks like that could possibly roll over. TLT. This has been trying to firm up back into the daily 9. See how it acts there. IWM weekly rolling over here into that weekly 9, and IWM on the daily. You can see your rounded top here as well. So IWM small caps look like they want to come in as well. Let's go see what the put to call ratio. Still at the 100, so that has not updated yet. The NASDAQ oscillators did close on a negative 169, so we're getting a little warm, and a 108 on the New York Stock Exchange. So getting neutral. That's not bad. 108 is not bad. Plenty of room to move in either direction. So I hope you find this helpful. Please remember, discipline is the key to your success in trading. Have a great night, everyone.